Hello students, how are you? Hope you are doing well over there. So today we are going to study the topic which is connected to economics, and the name of the topic is inflation. So what is inflation? Let's begin. Inflation refers to general increase in the prices of goods and services in an economy over a period of time. Inflation means sudden increase in the prices of goods and services. Okay, inflation means that prices of everyday items like housing, groceries, and transportation tend to rise, making it expensive to live. Okay, sudden increase in prices of uh, day-to-day or everyday items. Okay, basic needs. As price rise, the value of money decreases. Okay, inflation can be caused by variety of factors, including increased demand for goods and services, increased production cost, or even expectation of future price increases. Okay, inflation means क्या होता है inflation? Sudden increase. Okay, ऐसा uncertainty. Okay, unpredictable increase in everyday item. So इसके फैक्टर्स क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? फैक्टर्स, सम ऑफ द फैक्टर्स कि जो डिमांड फॉर गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज है उसका डिमांड बढ़ना. ओके, जिससे क्या होता है जब गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज का डिमांड बढ़ता है तो एक्चुअली प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट भी बढ़ता है बिकॉज उसका डिमांड है. एंड टू कवर ऑल दिस कॉस्ट देयर इज अ सडन इंक्रीज इन goods and services, in the price of goods and services, and that we call as inflation. Okay, this is the primary reason. Okay, one of the basic reason connected to inflation, why inflation occurs. Now why inflation occurs, next part. When a demand for goods and services outstrips the available supply. When the demand is high and supply is below the demand. Okay. When the intensity of demand is more and the intensity of supply is low, it is not equal, then inflation occurs. Then prices tend to increase because supply is less and demand is high. So it causes to the rise in value of production. Prices of production cost also increase, and that's why it causes inflation. This can be driven by factors like increased consumer spending. Yes, when consumer spending means spending on same type of item. Okay, market has understand the consumer behavior, the consumer need and want. If for an example, if consumer want a specific goods or they are interested in specific particular type of service, then actually it contribute to more demand, increase in demand of that product or that item, and certainly ultimately it increase the production cost of that good or services. Okay, when the cost of producing goods and services increase, yes, when the cost of producing goods and services increase, why? When there is a increase in demand of that goods and services. Why there is an increase in demand for goods and services? Because increase increase in consumer spending on that goods and services. So when the cost of producing goods and services increases, forcing businesses to raise prices to maintain profitability. Rising costs arise from various factors like increasing wages, increasing worker wages, increasing raw material prices also. Okay. For example, if the price of oil increases, it can contribute to higher transportation costs. Okay, for many businesses, which may then be passed on to consumer. और इससे inflation बढ़ता है, sudden increase in the price of that product or that service. When the money supply grow faster than economic output, it can contribute to inflation. High levels of national debt. Okay, national debt होता है, debt होता है. Okay, उससे भी इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ता है बिकॉज कवर कैसे करेंगे. ओके, तो कवर करने के लिए जो सडन इंक्रीज किया जाता है आइटम्स में, डे टू डे आइटम्स, और जो कंज्यूमर्स स्पेंड भी करता है उसे खरीदने के लिए. ओके, Then fluctuation in exchange rate can also affect in inflation. Fluctuation जो इंटरनेशनल मार्केट का जो कॉन्सेप्ट होता है, इंटरनेशनल मार्केटिंग का जो कॉन्सेप्ट होता है, इंटरनेशनल एक्सचेंज, वहां पे एक्सचेंज ऑफ मनी में जब फ्लक्चुएशन होता है एक्सचेंज रेट्स में, ओके, फ्रॉम डिफरेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिफरेंट कंट्रीज, जब वो बिजनेस करते हैं इंटरनेशनल मार्केटिंग और इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, तो फ्लक्चुएशन बढ़ता है, या एक प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होती है फ्लक्चुएशन की एक्सचेंज रेट्स में इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिजनेस और इन टर्म्स ऑफ मनी। सो इसका भी इनडायरेक्टली इन्फ्लेशन होने में ये एक रीजन हो सकता है। Then inflation is a complex process influenced by variety of interconnected factors. Yes, they are interconnected factors. Some means demand, then production cost, worker wages, then high levels of national debt, then fluctuation in exchange rates. Okay, international business, international marketing. So these are some interconnected factors. Now, impact of inflation on economic growth of any country or everyone life. As the essential items like food, fuel, and housing become more expensive, which impacting budget. Yes, there is a disbalance of budget, everyone budget. With rising cost, every individual may need to cut back on spending or take more debt to maintain their lifestyle. So when there is inflation, everyone budget get disturbed. So everyone need to balance their lifestyle or their budget. So it create imbalance in everyone's life. Then businesses face higher cost for raw materials, labors, and other inputs, which may pass on to consumer. Yes, जब भी इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ता है, so प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट भी बढ़ जाता है, क्योंकि रॉ मटेरियल का भी कॉस्ट बढ़ जाता है, लेबर कॉस्ट भी बढ़ जाता है ऑटोमेटिकली। सो इसका इम्पैक्ट बिजनेसेस पे होता है, और वो कवर करने के लिए कंज्यूमर से भी कंज्यूमर को भी ज्यादा पे करना पड़ता है टू परचेज इसेंशियल गुड्स और टू अवेयर इसेंशियल सर्विसेज। सो इन्फ्लेशन में मेक इट डिफिकल्ट फॉर बिजनेसेस टू प्लान फॉर फ्यूचर, क्योंकि अनप्रिडिक्टेबल होता है। ओके, पोटेंशियली कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू लोअर इन्वेस्टमेंट। सो इससे क्या होता है कि जो इन्वेस्टमेंट हो सकता था वो कम हो जाता है ड्यू टू इन्फ्लेशन। देन high inflation can contribute to decrease consumer spending. Yes, because they want consumer want to maintain their lifestyle, they cut on their budget. Investment potentially is going down economic growth. Yes, economic growth पे उसका negative impact गिरता है. If inflation is not controlled, it can contribute to recession. Yes, high inflation can contribute to increase income inequality, which can cause social unrest. Inflation can reduce the value of country currency, country economic growth पे उसका negative impact गिरता है excessive inflation का. Now conclusion on inflation. While little inflation can be beneficial, unchecked inflation, yes, excessive amount of inflation can have several negative impact for individual businesses and overall economic growth of any country and on everyone's life. Effective management of inflation through appropriate monetary and fiscal policy is important for maintaining a healthy and stable economy. So it was all about inflation, which is connected to economic growth of any country. So hope you understand it. Okay, so thank you very much. Take care and best of luck for your future.